What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Research CBD and THC YouTube channel. I'm Cindy, one of the co-founders, and first of all, I would love to apologize. My microphones are dead, and they've been charging for a while, and they are not coming back to life for me. So if the audio is a little bit iffy, I sincerely apologize and bear with me. Today we are talking about edibles versus bevies versus drinks versus beverages, okay? Both of them you consume, obviously, but there is a difference when it comes to how it affects you, the onset time, and just different potencies available. So we're gonna dive right in, talk about the differences, talk about some similarities, and hopefully this is very helpful for you in your cannabis journey as you're finding what you love, finding what you enjoy, and maybe even mixing a few of them to find the perfect experience. So let's get right into it. First things first, I wanna talk about edibles because that's the most common consumption method. So right here, I'm gonna show you two of our most popular edibles at Restart. Edibles, gummies, it's interchangeable depending on what you're talking about, but these two right here, we have our high dose, which is a hero dose. It's 40 milligrams of delta-9 THC per gummy. And then over here is more of a micro dose mixed with delta-9 and CBD. The delta-9 in here is about 2.5 milligrams and the CBD is roughly 25 milligrams. So again, more of a micro dose, low dose end, and more of a hero dose, high dose end. Now, when it comes to gummies, if you're not familiar, you chew them, you swallow them, and you wait for things to happen. It usually takes about, I would say, anywhere from 30 minutes up to 2 hours, depending on what you've eaten that day, depending on your body's metabolism. So a lot of factors can come into play. One of the scary, spooky things about edibles that people really, I feel like are not drawn, what is the opposite of drawn to? That really people don't love about edibles because it takes a long time. And once you eat them, okay, it's kind of like game over. You have to wait for it to take action. You kind of hope that you took the right amount, right? So I understand that it can be scary, especially if you're starting out. But one of my tips for that, especially if you're starting out, is to start low and go slow. Number one, start with low and go slow. A low dose is somewhere around 2.5 milligrams. From there, if you're such a beginner, I would say go up in 2.5 milligram increments. And then once you find your sweet spot, that is kind of where you're at. If you're consuming regularly, you might need to back off for a little bit, take a little bit of a tea break, and then you'll find that it's really easy to get back into your average baseline dose. Tip number two, I would say, is cannabis is fat soluble. So what does that mean? It means that it's really helpful and beneficial if you're eating something when you consume. So unlike alcohol consumption, where you actually feel it more the less you have in your stomach, cannabis is the exact opposite. So you wanna make sure you're eating something, even something higher in fat content. So some nuts, some peanut butter, some avocado toast, whatever floats your boat. Try to eat something, anything when you're consuming, because A, it's actually gonna help you feel it more intensely, which is a good thing. And B, it's gonna help you feel it a lot quicker. So you've ever noticed that you've taken the same milligram and you're like, oh my gosh, why is this gummy not working for me like it did the first time? It could be just what you ate that day. It could be just your metabolism, your tolerance. There's a lot of different factors that go into it, but mostly those are my top two tips when it comes to edibles. Actually, a third bonus tip when it comes to edibles as well would be to kind of try out different ratios and different doses. So like I said, this one is a microdose of THC delta-9, but it also has CBD in it, a lot more CBD in it. So this is a 1-to-10 ratio. If you're looking for something a little more chill, relaxing, when you go to bed at night, this higher amount of CBD is gonna help you with that. If you want something a little bit more like even Steven, even keel, whatever the saying is, then you might want to go for something more like a 1-to-1. If you want something just a little bit more intense in general, you could like something that is just a straight up THC product. But again, it's going to take trying and seeing what works best for you. Moving on to beverages. Beverages, you can kind of go the same route. There is a high dose option, like this batch right over here, that is 100 milligrams of delta-9 THC per bottle. And this little baby thing It's a little baby thing the size of my hand. There's 100 milligrams of THC, okay? So small as mine in some cases. In this one, we have our Rita, which is one of our most popular beverage items. She's 5 milligrams of CBD and 5 milligrams of THC, so much more of a low dose experience. Again, different strokes for different folks. Sometimes you want something low dose because you want to drink multiple of them. You want to have an experience where you're going to be social with them. Maybe you have a low tolerance. Low is good. If you're someone who is going to a party, you have a higher tolerance, you just want to go for it one evening. Something higher milligram could be more of what you're looking for. This one is just a straight up THC product, so kind of the same rules apply. There are crossovers with beverages and edibles. It's gonna take a little bit to kick in. Now, the caveat, the differences here, okay? In a beverage versus an edible is that the beverage might take a little bit less time to kick in. The edible, because you have to digest it, because you're chewing on it, it's a substance that is something that you, I don't know, there's also a liquid in there. It might take a little bit longer. Also, one of the benefits of beverages is because you're sipping on it, it's almost like you're microdosing unless you're taking shots with which I fully encourage if you want to go there, but you're sipping on it. So you're almost like microdosing as you're sipping, especially let's say if you dilute this with a little bit of Topo Chico, a little bit of whatever, and you're just sipping on it throughout, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour. So this one is quicker to onset, maybe 15 to 30 minutes. It's also more of a microdose experience if you're slowly sipping on it. So you can create really a more well-rounded experience with beverages. It's more social than, just an edible, and it can be a lot more fun in that case. So in the market, in the cannabis market in general, I've seen a lot of uptick in trends in cannabis beverages. I mean, hello, we literally have 2 of them right here. We have even more at our dispensary. So I would highly recommend looking into both options. I'm personally someone who likes to do both sometimes. I know, I'm crazy, okay? So the beverage though is something, like I said, it's a quicker onset time. So maybe if I've taken my gummy, I'm waiting for it to kick in, I can sip on my little THC bevy, and then in about 15 minutes, I'll feel this, in about an hour, I'll feel this. So that's just the way I consume. I know some of our customers also consume the same way. If you're someone who wants to dive into it and kind of try different things out, I highly encourage it. I think the biggest benefit when it comes to cannabis consumption, as someone who was really scared to consume literally anything like 5+ years ago, is start low, go slow, and just try it, okay? Be in a very comfortable setting, be in your home, be relaxed, have your favorite snacks, have your favorite movie or TV show going, be with some of your best friends who encourage it and are very helpful with it, or be by yourself. Find a place and setting that really works for you. Find products that you trust that you think will work for you and that are consistent, so that you're gonna have the best experience. But that's really the differences in beverages versus edibles. I would say we also have options in beverages that are low sugar or no sugar. So if you're someone who's wanting to go for more of a no sugar environment or product, then beverages, you can definitely find that. Gummies, you can as well. We just sell gummies that are cane sugar, made with cane sugar. So you're not really gonna find a sugar-free option there. So again, it really just comes down to you, what your preference is, and giving new things a go. If you consume beverages, gummies, low dose, high dose, I would love to hear about how you consume, what you consume, what's been your favorite method. Does it change depending on what you're doing that day or what you're doing that week? I would love to hear about it because sharing is caring, and a lot of people really benefit from those kinds of comments and that insight. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Of course, like this video, and also make sure to follow us on Instagram at Restart CBD. And lastly, of course, you can come visit us in store in Austin, Texas, off Burnett Road. All the details will be down below, or if you're not in Austin, that's okay. We can ship right to your door as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you try these products. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was short and sweet, but as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.